Greetings YouTube, performance reviews where I give you the review from the technician's point of view. Right now I have a SEBO X4, which I have previously published a review on, but I had a lot of people request that I do a remix of it, cutting out some of the more boring parts, and who wants to watch a 38-minute review? I don't blame you. So this one's going to be a lot shorter, and I'm going to just narrate it. Now, if you're not familiar with the SEBO X4 or SEBO, this is the second generation of automatic adjusting cleaners made by SEBO Windsor. You'll see that the nozzle will automatically move up or down depending on the type of flooring it's on. Really a cool feature, especially if you have a maid or somebody who's not as familiar with a height adjustment on a vacuum, but your flooring surface requires a height adjustment, which most do. As I vacuum with the vacuum cleaner right here, you're going to see it automatically move up and down, and you'll see the lights on the top of the unit indicate that it's moving up or down, which is the self-adjustment here. So now it's in the upright position, the brush is lifted off the carpet, so you can use the hand tools, or if you just need to park it there for a minute while you move some furniture. Now as we come in closer here at the camera, you're going to see the LEDs right there, and you see the up and the down right there. You also have a check brush roller right there, along with the full bag check indicator. Now another curious feature with the SEBO is it breaks down not only for shipping reasons, but so that the user can easily maintain it and take it apart. So I'm going to show that here. You'll see that there's this big button in the center that you just want to push, and that separates the motor from the bag compartment and tools. On the back of the vacuum cleaner, there is this orange tab that's curious right here. I'm flipping it back and forth, and what that does is allow you either to lift the whole cleaner up to set it onto a rug, or if you flip it to the other side, it will allow the cleaner to lie completely flat. Let's take a look at the bottom side. Right there is the transmission that moves the automatic height adjustment up and down. So that's how that works. The wheels have a metal bearing in them, which allows them to move freely. There's 3 wheels, which is kind of a particularly odd design. The orange tab you see is a clean out door, so if you need to get in there and clean out something that got stuck in there, you can. Now the brush roller slides right out, very easy. You can see that there's a sealed ball bearing there, and you give it like a half twist, the brush roller comes right out. It's actually dishwasher safe, so if you need to sanitize it, you can. You can also pull off any hair really easily. Now typically these brush rollers last between 2 and 6 years. They're easy to replace, and SEBO parts are famously inexpensive for what you get in terms of quality. You can see the metal base plate there, the ingest bars, and you can see how the brush roller has a chevron design which aids in carpet grooming ability. I just want to show how easy it is to put the brush roller in and out of the machine. So as you can see, you put it in, you give it a half turn and it locks in there. Give it a half turn the other way and it will pull right in. Alright, so you can see how that goes in and out. There's the bearing block, and that just snaps into place. You give it a good tap and it snaps back into place. Really easy to do. Now you can also get the rubber strip that goes there. That squeegee does come with the service box, or you can get all these pieces individually from SEBO. Now let's talk about the top side of the SEBO. You can see that there is a filter here. What this does is catch carbon dust from the motor. All the filtering is actually done before anything gets into this section of the vacuum, believe it or not. And these filters do come in a service box and are available by themselves as well. So let's snap the bag compartment back on. Boom, you see how easy that is. Very simple, just clicks right back into place. Alright, let's talk about some of the other features on the back of the cleaner. Right here we have a little switch, and if you flip that switch, you can see it better now. You flip the switch and the handle, the cord will come right off, and you can change that as one assembly, so you don't have to be an electrician. If you run over your cord or break a switch or a handle, you can just change it out. Now again, generally you do change them as a whole assembly. Now let's talk about the wand catch while we're at the top of the unit. You see there's a little tab there, and the wand has to go over that tab. What that tab does is it locks the hose in place, or it doesn't lock the hose in place. So if it's incorrectly, you can just pull the hose out just fine, but if you put it in like this, the hose will be locked to the wand. And you can see a lot of people do misalign this, a lot of cleaning ladies who don't understand the machine. So that's something you do need to explain to the customer, you do need to explain to anybody who's using it. It's really simple once you figure it out, but that's how the hose and the wand interact together. Now the handle on the wand is a very nice feature as well. We're going to show why the wand doesn't telescope, or why you only get one wand included in the box with this. There are some special variants that have a second wand included. The crevice tool is meant to act as your second wand when you're cleaning. They found that most cleaning ladies would just put that on, and it is tall enough for most people who aren't over 6 feet, so I can understand that. Now you can directly connect any of the tools to the hose as well. There is an upholstery tool that comes on the back, along with a dusting brush. On the front of the vacuum, there is a little tab with a picture of a vacuum bag, and you pull that up and the bag will come out. Inside the bag compartment, once you pull this tab up, you can bring the bag and the lid to your height, which allows you to change the bag on your own terms. You don't have to bend down and mess with it. Now, we also don't see the bag dock ever being pulled out of a SEBO. I've never seen it happen, so that's kind of a nice thing. It's really solidly in there. Now, they are using those HEPA-style bags with these caps that you seal it up. And a lot of people wonder what these plastic caps are. Those are to seal the bag up when you're done with the bag. You want to change the bag when it's about 3/4 full on this particular unit. And there's the cap on there, and you can see it just slides in and out very easily on there. And you would normally separate those caps, and for demonstration purposes I didn't want to separate perfectly new caps on a new bag. Now right next to the bag is a allergy grade filter. This isn't a HEPA filter, though you can interchange it with a HEPA filter if you want to buy that bag and filter kit. And the shape of this allows it to maintain suction until the bag is full. And again, it's very idiot. Let's get a close-up of how the filter interacts. You see there's this piece of metal right here, and it's spring-loaded, and it keeps you from shutting the bag door without the filter in place or running the machine without the filter. It's simple, but pretty ingenious in terms of its shape, and you can see how the filter will just slide in there, kind of like a drawer going in a cabinet. Very simple in terms of how that works. Now, also, if you don't have the vacuum bag in place, the door on the vacuum will not shut as well. So those are two things that have to be in place. Those two things help to ensure that the machine has the proper filtering bag in place, keeping things running longer. Now, one of the things that is not necessarily unique, but a big advantage of the shape and size of this machine is how flat it gets. You saw I put kind of a more traditional upright behind it. It gets flatter than that, and we're going to show it real quick here with a bagless upright. And this particular bagless upright will actually lie pretty flat in terms of a bagless upright. This illustrates the fault with a lot of bagless uprights is they can't even lie flat because the Cyclone is so tall. So the thin profile of the SEBO X series really does come in handy when you're cleaning. And I challenge you to take one of these out for a test drive, and you'll see it really is a good shape for a vacuum cleaner. Now, this is one of my older videos that I remixed, so unfortunately I did not do a pickup test, a working vacuum test, a stair test, or any of the things you've come to expect from my channel. Instead, I'm just going to comment that SEBO's reputation for reliability, power, and durability is second to none. I would say they are one of the most durable, if not the most durable vacuums on the market today. Now, if you're taking a look at this review because you're at a store and they're closing this out, or it seems like a deal that's too good to be true, no, it really is a good deal. And really, with the new models of SEBO, you're getting something more energy efficient, a little bit sleeker. They've also updated this with a light on board. So that's really what you're getting with the new SEBO. But in terms of power and cleaning effective, at least here in North America, it's still about the same. So I highly recommend this machine if you have mostly carpets and linoleum floors. If you have all wood floors, I generally don't like to recommend this machine because the brush doesn't stop spinning. Though SEBO does make a soft brush roller. SEBO does make a soft brush roller that's designed for hardwood floors and wool rugs, so give that a try if you do have one of these and need to use it on those surfaces. And here we see the machine going very low and self-adjusting. Please excuse the mess in the background. On the day this was filmed, my wife had just gotten a lot of good deals at Marshall's, and she bought a whole bunch of stuff, and it was just everywhere in this video. but usually my house. But as you see from other videos, usually my house is much cleaner than that. So thanks for checking out this remix of a vintage performance review video. Can I say that vintage? I'm not sure it's old enough. But please stay tuned for more reviews to come. And as you can see, I think I've definitely improved camera work and gotten a lot more thorough.